Oh, g'day guys. How you going? Sam here from New Zealand. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing well in life. Um, Keeping your chin up. I know it's tough sometimes, eh? It's tough. It's fucking tough. It's tough for all of us. There's always something going wrong, and if not, there will be at some point down the road. Some people think this earth is a prison. It's a prison earth where we've all been put here because we've done wrong in the past, and the Bible sort of says that, and we've since the fall, which is Adam and Eve. And there's a lot of bloody problems with that story. For example, how does Adam and Eve arrive fully grown? Weren't they children? Human beings don't do that. They grow. So if Adam and Eve were put here as adults into a garden, and then they were told by God not to eat the fruit on the tree, so the serpent, which is the devil, convinced Eve that if she ate that apple or the fruit of the tree, whatever it was, she would get knowledge and wisdom of the world that she has to live in. And God forbade that. And because she did it, and then Adam did it as well, that was the start of the fall of mankind. And it's really, that's weird, isn't it? I mean, why the hell is that? What's wrong with that? I mean, I know it's disobeying God, but why would God be so like nurturing? Like, surely, what's wrong with having wisdom and knowledge to live with the world? And also, what's wrong with eating fruit? It's fucking crazy. Anyway, and so Adam and Eve, and then they're supposed to have kids. That's incest. Well, there's a whole lot of things wrong right from the get-go, isn't there? So that story's just fucking insane. And the whole bloody book is really, I mean, the only thing good about it, I mean, there's lots of things good about it, but the only thing realistic and real and that you should take away from it and put into practice in this day and life is the things that Jesus said and the actions that Jesus did, which is, being kind to people, do unto others as you would like them to do unto you, which is what Jesus said and promoted. He said, love thy neighbour and treat them like your friend. Love them. Love everybody, basically. Even love your enemy. And I know it's hard to do all that, but it's really good because we're all one, And if you can learn how to forgive people, then you can live in this world without hate. And even though we suffer and it's a tough world, tough life, we have to live in it and then die in it. So while we live in it, we may as well try and enjoy what we can, and be nice to other people, especially people who are suffering. Help others, because that's about as much as you can do in this world, and it's a worthwhile thing to do because there's so many people that need help from others, right? So be one of those people that does help others. And when you start doing that, you'll find that it's the best thing you can do for yourself as well, because you feel good about yourself. But not only that, you are actually doing something worthy while you're alive, like, valuable. So despite not knowing why you feel good, if you don't, so Do unto others as you'd like to do them unto you. And also, just be kind. And you'll find that that's a valuable thing to do. You'll feel good about yourself, and you'll be appreciated, you'll be validated, you'll be valued high, and you'll also please God if He exists, right? Which I'm sure He does. So, and anything good about any religion will say, be kind. I think being kind is probably the most important thing for people to do. For all of you people who are listening to me right now, be kind to, first of all, the people around you, like your family, your parents, your children, your siblings, but then your friends, and then just your associates, your workmates, your colleagues, your clients, and then the community. You get involved in the community and do something for people that can't do something for themselves. So if there's people who need help that you can provide it. For example, if somebody is living rural, this is what I do. I live rural and I love driving, so I drive for people who can't drive, you know? So elderly people or sick people who can't drive or don't like to drive because it's too hard and dangerous, I'll go and get their groceries or take them to the doctor or whatever, you know. Well, that sounds pretty small and it's nothing special, but it's very valuable. It's very worthwhile, and it's just simple acts of kindness, man. It's not hard to do. So everybody, any age, you can be young, old, middle-aged, or whatever. It doesn't fucking matter. Just be kind. Okay? So that's my message. That's my message. I hope it's valuable, because it is valuable. I hope you understand it is. And I hope you realise that it's good for your own soul, your own spirit, your own sense of self, your own spiritual self, your own higher self, your own, just you. It's good for you. People will like you, you will like you, and you'll be useful and helpful. It just helps life in general, all of us. And imagine if everybody was like that. And I know it's hard to be kind to your enemy. That's the hardest one, isn't it? Because it makes you angry when somebody takes away somebody else's rights or somebody's cruel to somebody else. And it's hard for me as well. You know, my biggest problem in life, my personal issue, you know what it is? It's reacting. I get when somebody does me wrong, I react pretty. I have done in the past, react quite angrily, you know, quite sort of snappy. I can often bite back, quite cutting, and I mustn't do that because sometimes I can really scare people, and you know, even if I'm in the right, it's still not a good idea. I mean, there's better ways to handle things. So that's just letting my emotions run riot, and it's losing control, really. And so you got to keep control of your own shit, of your own self. You know, you can't let your lips yapper, and swear words come out and abuse people because you feel hurt or you feel done over by somebody. You've got to, even if that's how you feel, you've got to pull your bloody head in, bite your lip, and overcome that emotional reaction right? And so I've been practicing that, and it's really hard. Every now and then, I've been able to do it pretty well. I've been doing it all my life, really. A lot of people do. You might do it yourself, I don't know, but I'm sure you know what I mean. And it's not good because it's not using your brain. You're not thinking. You're just reacting. So you just snapping back at somebody after they said something that maybe shouldn't have, got something wrong, or even if they had intentionally done something cruel to you or to somebody else that you love, or just something bad that upset you, and you let your reactional emotional side run riot. Before you know it, you've done something. You said a whole lot of stuff you wish you hadn't said, right? So that's what I mean by reactions. So I've been trying to learn how to not do that. Just hold back, and then give a considered, well thought out reply instead, and that will usually be way more beneficial because you won't escalate the situation for a start, and the next thing is you'll get a much more rational, intelligent, appropriate grip on what's going on, and your considered reply will be a lot more beneficial for you, both of you. So, and those around you as well. For example, I'll give you an example. It's embarrassing, but hey, we've all got fucking issues, right? So get over it. Anyway, I was in the supermarket yesterday, just minding my own business, buying my groceries for the week, or for the next 2 weeks, and I was in the dog aisle, and I left my trolley at the end of the dog aisle, and walked, on the sort of at the end of the supermarket, where a bigger space where you can get past easily enough. So I left my trolley just on the side of the wall there, of the aisle, and then I walked down the aisle, the dog food aisle and dog stuff. So I was going to get some treats for my little chihuahua, Louis. He loves chicken treats. So I went down there and found some chicken treats. I'm not sure what they were. They might have been I can't remember. Anyway, they're little dried chicken things, nibbles. He really loves them. Anyway, I got them, and then I sort of walked back to the trolley and just gently threw them into. Oh wow! Look at that moon! Wow, that moon looks amazing. I'll stop. Whoa! Can you see that moon? It looks really cool. It's just. Oh, I hope you did. Anyway, carry on. I don't usually stop and do that, so hopefully we got something good here. Anyway, carry on. Yeah, so I was at the super. So is this still going? So anyway, I gently threw in the chicken nibbles for the dog, treats, into my trolley, and then went to push my trolley, carry on shopping, right? And as I was walking, just getting to my trolley after throwing the things in, this man all of a sudden comes up and gets in my face and starts yelling at me, like spit coming onto my face. I can feel spit come from his yelling mouth hitting my face because of his ferocity as he was yelling at me, accusing me of throwing stuff at him, which I had no idea what he was talking about. No idea. I didn't get it. I honestly didn't get it. And I was sort of, while he was doing that, I was sort of thinking, what the fuck's going on here? What does he think I've done? And then I think he must be referring to when I throw my chicken nibbles into the trolley. But that was such a gentle, underhand little plop. It was obviously not intended to be thrown at him. So I don't know what the fuck. As soon as I realised that it must have been that, because it was just, unless something else happened that I didn't see. But anyway, I just couldn't help myself, and I reacted quite badly. So I kind of abused him, and he ran off quite a. I think he got pretty scared because I abused him. I called him ugly, and yeah, I was yelling louder than him, and but it was just unfair. But then I felt really bad after that because I really overpowered him, you know. Because I decided just to mimic what he was doing and just let my fucking reaction or mouth do what it did. And so I got it all in his face and started yelling back at him. And I don't even know what came out, but he ran away. So I obviously overpowered him and scared the shit out of him. He probably deserved it, but it wasn't the best thing to do. You know what I should have done? I should have said, calm down, mate. I wasn't aiming those chicken nibbles at you, if that's what you think. Honestly wasn't. So sit down. Let's not escalate this thing. Whatever you think I've done, I'm sure I didn't. I should have said something like that, and just even apologise and say, I'm sorry, mate. Whatever you think I've done, I'm sorry. Have a nice day, or something, you know. Or I could have even not. If I didn't be as nice as that, I could have said something like, "Hey, just calm down, dude. What the fuck? I wasn't aiming at you, dude. Just calm the fuck down, mate." You know, even that would have been better than what I did. And I freaked out a few people around that were close enough to hear as well. They gave me some pretty stern looks. Anyway, I know I'm laughing, but it's not really good. So, I'm sure God didn't like it. Because it was just reactional, and it was all negative, and it was over the top, and it was all retarded, and it's just fucking ridiculous. And it doesn't help anybody, and I just escalated the situation. And I'm probably quite scared this way. I mean, he might be mentally challenged, who knows. I didn't assess the situation long enough, and he ran away, so... You know, he probably had horrible issues going on in his life, and he was just trigger happy, emotional, and just thought that it would be safe bet to take it out on me, which is never a good idea, to take out your issues on somebody else. And somehow people I seem to attract that sort of thing for some reason. I don't know why that is. I've got a few ideas, but I really don't know if that's true. But one of my ideas is people are jealous of me, and not the way you think. I'm not fucking you'd probably rather be you than me. But what I mean by that is I often generate a very easygoing sort of energy, like a carefree, happy-go-lucky sort of thing. And I was like that in the supermarket. And every time I get accosted by somebody for or something that's crazy, that's because it happens a few times. It's just out of the blue, and it's unwarranted and inappropriate. And I've even got witnesses. One of my friends that comes with me quite often says, "Why does this happen to you all the time?" And I really think it's because of my attitude and my energy, which is so casual, so sort of like haven't got a bloody problem in the world. You know, of course I do, but I put it out of my mind for a while, especially while I'm shopping. You know, you'll whistle while you work, kind of thing. And I think people who are really stressed out, when they come across that me who's got that energy, it somehow triggers them. I think they find it unfair. You know, how dare he whistle while he shops? How dare he generate such a carefree, happy-go-lucky energy when in this world is so unfair? You know, how dare he? Just thinking of himself. I think that's the way they think. So they just unload on me, you know, for something that's nothing to do with them or me. And or, you know, together. It's the first thing I ever even know about what's going on is they are yelling in my face. I'm not going around trying to throw things at people or say things to offend people or whatever it is. Last time it was where I was, because I'm an artist and I paint those meter boxes in town, you know, for different companies, for electric companies and power companies and water council, just different energy companies, you know. It's just beautifying the city in Christchurch in New Zealand. Well, last time that happened, I was assessing one of those meter things and they've got graffiti all over, right? And this one had the Israel flag on it, which I didn't even notice. I really didn't notice. No, not the sorry, the Palestine flag on it. And but it was all tatty because it was stuck on with paper. And I didn't notice, but because I was just assessing it for painting, you know, because they usually got graffiti on them. This one's full of graffiti. Anyway, I pulled off a little bit of the paper that was tatty. Next thing you know, this guy's in my face accusing me of ripping up the bloody Palestine flag and accusing me of being an Israel supporter. Fuck, what the fuck? And he got right in my face and started yelling at me. And I had no idea what the hell he was talking about. I had to work it all out. And while he's yelling at me, abusing me, you know, and it's like, fuck, I start shaking my brain has to go 100 miles an hour to work it all out. And then I've got to remember I'm learning how to not react. And it's all too much. It's just not fair. Why does this happen to me? And it's just a series of coincidences. Synchronicity. Not a good way though. Because synchronicity in a good way happens as well. I'm pretty in tune with synchronicity. Maybe that's the other thing that's why it happens. Probably is. Just goes to show you, when you get in tune with synchronicity, it's not always good. Sometimes it's bad. Anyway, that's enough babble. I hope you enjoyed that talk. So, the takeaway here, just be kind to people, okay? Right, see you later. See you next time. Sam out.